donation website. You can check out our other forums and stuff like that. So what are we looking for here? Thoughts on Mint Layer ML. Let me take a look at Mint Layer. And once again, I'm reviewing Mint Layer for somebody TikTok, not for myself. And let me take a look at Mint Layer just to make sure everything's good here. I haven't heard of Mint Layer, but I will pull this up real quick here. Is that on Coin Market Cap? Coin Market Cap. So first things first, Coin Market Cap. Thoughts on LCX? I like LCX actually, but let me take a look at ML. ML. And what are we looking for? Mint Layer. Here we go. See, when it doesn't have its full stuff on. All right, let's see here. I'd have to do a little research here, and then I'll make I'll post something on my Twitter and YouTube channel on Mint Layer. But I'll take a look here. I mean, it's up 10%. Um, but always do your own research, understand what you're doing, and before you make any financial decisions here, I have to don't lose your profit. ML top 50 project, 225, $50 easy. So we have to do a little research. I haven't taken a look at that, but I need to. All right, what else you got? Thoughts on LCX? Let me put this on my watch list. Click, 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 click. Let me see here. Latest. Okay, I'm gonna start that. Add to main. Add it to my main watch list. Done. LCX. LCX, boys. So what we can teach you here, guys, is no matter what coin you want to look at or what you're doing is, we have a program and a system that we use that we follow to make sure that we're getting in. So LCX. Whole time here. So normally LCX hovers around 16 to 24 cents. Its biggest run was 50 cents. It's sitting at 10. If you look at your circulating supply, it's at 80%. So meaning that that original 40, 50 cents is already cut in half. So I would say about 25 cents for LCX is where I would be thinking would be a normal. So from to the jump, you can do 15 cents pretty easily, but 20 cents is probably going to be the moment it kind of holds there. But you're looking for this is like we haven't got in a bull run yet, so we have a long time. Um, we have a while to go here, but as the bull runs pick up, see this getting back up to 30 cents, so maybe a 2x from here. I don't really trade anything that that's already. This is something like anytime you see a circulating supply beyond 80 some percent, you would want to get to yourself and say, okay, this is a long hold here. So never expecting that to double is probably the reasonable thing. I'm not a crypto hodler, man. Swarm markets, STMS, I think would be a good token for the bull market. All right, STMX. I'm gonna take a look at that SMT. But something like this, I don't hold cryptos for long terms. The one that swarm markets. All right, let's take a look at swarm markets here. Swarm markets. Now, see, Swarm Markets has a smaller circulating supply out there. On MEXC, I'll put that on the watch list. Definitely an interesting project, up 2% in the day. All right, I'll take a look at that. What's your thoughts on Teller? I haven't looked at Teller. What do you like about Teller? Like, what is as far as TRB, I mean, it was way oversold. Let's take a look at Teller on the overall. You guys want to take it? How many people had TRB? I like IMX. You can't really predict IMX, but I'll take a look at IMX. How many people were in TRB? Anybody get caught in that TRB? I like IMX for 20x potential. Avirid sounds kind of like in there, but let's take a look at the chart here. We'll dig into um, what we can see on TRB, right? So a little bit of recovery there, but kind of beat up at the overall, right? So let's take a look at the all time, right? Obviously, been in the market for a while um, on all the exchanges there. The one thing I was thinking is, the price of TRB suddenly crashes from 530 to 150, causing about 65 million in loss in liquidations. In an unexpected dramatic turn of events, the price of Teller suddenly crashed. All right, so let's see here. Teller top socials trends amid 50% drop. The cryptocurrency Teller has seen a major increase in social media mentions over the last past day, capturing. Let's take a look here. So 4 hours ago. Um, there's a bunch of articles on here that we can dig in really quickly. Let's take a look at what happened there. And I want to show you guys a chart and how to avoid getting caught in these type of things. Remember, guys, the very simple fact is that you need to do the triple D's, man. Remember, triple D, do due diligence. And the one thing you have to always say to yourself, man, is that crypto coins have no residual income. The only income they have is you buying it and then selling it for profit. So everything you buy, once it's in profits, you have to understand that at some point it's the end of the profits and then people are going to take profits. So that big pullback was just big whales taking profits because how much more can it go up? It has to build project, it has to, put it together. They use your money, right? You think of crypto as like an angel investor, right? You're an angel investor. You're investing in this project. They need to sell the coins that they have to take the money out of there, rewrap more coins and put more coins in there to dilute the price while keeping half the profits to build their project, right? So you're an angel investor, right? So part of your job or what you should be doing for yourself is understanding that you're an angel investor and also a trader that needs to learn how to use profits to make more money, right? So it's kind of like this, right? You put money in a crypto and it goes up. Your job is to take out your initial investment, okay? Then when it keeps going up, take out 20% on those profits every time it pumps, right? And then eventually, when it has a really big pump, you take out 80% of all your money. And when it comes back down after its pump, you put back in 20% of the profits, and then that's where you leave. So that way, basically, by doing that formula, you normally take out, let's say you put $100 in, at the end of the day, you should take out about $300 to $400 depending on your crypto, and then you would put $100 back in after the big dump, and then you just leave it there, right? So now you're up $100 your investment, you doubled your investment money, and you have $100 back in the project of other people's money that you can just leave there and say, "I will see you after the bull run," right? And that way, as it keeps going, if it keeps going up, you keep siphoning some profits out 10, 20%, and then when it drops, you put that profit back in. So you can turn $100 by doing what's called accumulation. You can turn $100 into four, five, six, $700 in 4 or 5 months of coins that will give you more coins for the same $100, right? So selling the pumps, buying the dip, selling the pumps with other people's money. And now you have house money making you money, right? While you're investing in other projects. So you have to realize if you like a project, you can leave profits in to keep going, but you don't leave your initial investment, right? You need to learn how to, what you put in crypto needs to continue to give you money and give you positions without, you stuck holding a bag, right? So learn to take profits to reinvest, right? I'm trying to explain to you, nothing in crypto will stay up because they don't have any residual income. They don't sell anything. The only thing they have is their coin. They will sell their coin for profits, and that's what happened here. So let's take a look at TRB. We'll read some articles, and I want to take a look at the chart to kind of show you guys how to not get caught and understand how to take profits, right? So let's do a little research in here. We'll dig into the charts here. Um, and kind of pull this off. We'll run through this real quick. It'll be a 5-minute examine of TRB and what happened and the explanations of what happened. And then so you guys can understand how to make money in crypto without adding money constantly and losing money. All right. So let's go check that out. Give me 1 second here. We're going to flip this around. All right. So here we go, TRB, right? So they got all these articles out here. Let's take a look at this one here. Dramatic surge and subsequent fall 5 hours ago. All right. Ethereum hosted. All right, so let's dig in this real quick. This is CoinTurks news, right? You can also read this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we experienced a massive raise in bull season on the last day of the year. However, reminded us of something again, that the fact there is no consistent raise. No one is expecting TRB coin to suddenly exceed 600, and it rose speculatively, but it managed to do so and then saw a strong pullback. Okay, what they're saying here is no one expected TRB coin to suddenly exceed 600. And the only reason it went to 600 is because whales and people in the communities that market and use narratives to push their coin to make money built their money this way. And this is how you do it. You get into a coin, you build a community, you push a narrative, you push the narrative all the way up, and then after you've made all your money, you sell the narrative and let it crash, and then you put the profits back in, house money, and then they just leave it in there and then people can buy back. Doesn't mean TRB is a bad project. It just means that you got suckered into a pump and a narrative that you were unaware of. Right. And this is something, you can learn. If you have any questions or you want to get into communities that are the whales, if you want to be a whale, send a Gmail, send me a Gmail and ask how to get into the whale society. And you can learn how to actually take advantage of these type of, pump and dumps, right? It's the nature of the beast, right? So the price increased more than 60 times in about 140 days. I mean, 60 times. So if you had 1,000, you now have 60,000 in a half a year. I don't know how much more a crypto can go up 60 times, right? In 140, it has to have a pullback, guys, which rapidly rose from $7 to $10 range to over 600, was benefiting from the excitement in the raw RWA area. You see that? That's a narrative. You guys understand? That's a narrative, right? That's what it's all. Crypto is going straight past. So, hello, friend. Happy New Year. What up, brother? I don't think it's a rug. Yo, CryptoZilla. What up, baby? A rug. You think it's a rugzilla? I don't know if it's a rug quite yet, Zilla. Because I haven't really dug too far in. Now all this is a narrative, guys. You got caught in a narrative, right? That's all it is. And that's how it is. So let's take a look at the trading view real quick, so you guys can understand how not to get caught in a narrative, right? So here's TRB, right? Now, the narrative started 140 days, right? So what's that? 140 days. So let's go back, and how you look at a chart is very simple, guys. I like SHIB, guys. I like SHIB, man. Not financial advice, not anything like that. Make sure you do your own research. Don't ever buy anything you hear on crypto TikTok. Make sure that you find your own things. Don't invest in things without talking to a professional, and make sure that you make decisions after you've done your own research, and protect yourself from anything on TikTok. And make sure you understand TikTok does not uh, claim any of these people who talk on TikTok. They just like us to send gifts and collect that money. All right, so let's dig in here. Let's take a look at this epic run here. So the first thing I want to do here is take a look at a chart, and the chart here is going to be. We need to go to the day chart, right? The daily chart. Why the daily is because, as you can see here, I put a line in here a long time ago. We were actually inside a TRB on the pump. We took advantage of the pump, but we got out of it before it kind of had its dump. Now, if you look at this, it's not like it really pulled back that much, right? It kind of just took profits to build its project, and the whales, or the early investors, or what we call angel investors, took their money, and that's all it is. So let me show you here. So see this line here, right? This line we got set up right here is the beginning of the breakout right here. Now, what I want to show you here is on the daily. So obviously this is the daily trend, right? It has a while to pull back. This is way above the daily trend. like way above the daily trend, right? I mean, it's outrageous how much this went up. Now, but what I want to show you here is something very simple you can pay attention to, right? So you see, I don't think it's a rug pull yet because the indicators haven't turned red all the way on the daily. But you can see here, here's a daily red, right? So you see this daily red here? That means sell, sell, and the daily green says buy, and then the daily red is sell, and then we get a daily green, which is a buy, and that's kind of where it was until it hit around $87, right? Right about here. See how it turned red right there? About $87 was a sell, and then it turned green again right here to buy at $90. So theoretically, if you were following the indicators and following a trading system, you're not actually in the bad position here. It's not like you would have lost too much because you would have bought at 88, you're up at 182. So the realization is you doubled your money. You're still up double. And this is just spot trading, nothing else. Do you mentor? I do mentor, guys. We do mentor. If you're interested in actually learning how to use the system that we use, which is really simple, it's green and red. If you want to make sure that you don't get caught in these type of pullbacks, send us an email at vccryptonation@gmail, and we can sit down and go over what you're trying to learn. And there's all types of education stuff that you can learn. But all right, so here's the kind of thing here. Even if you bought here at 89 bucks, you're still up double your money. Right now, you're not up, four times your money, but you're still up double your money. So is it a rug pull? I don't think it's a rug pull yet. I mean, their project still has to get built out. Now, every crypto in crypto is a rug pull because they haven't built anything yet, which means every one of their projects can go to zero. So you have to be honest with yourself that all these cryptos could go to zero, right? So your job isn't to hold the crypto until it goes to zero. Your job is to take profits when you're supposed to take profits. Does that make sense? Hit the ones in the chat, guys. Hit the ones in the chat. Does that make sense, guys? None of this big red candle does not this you should have never been affected by this big red candle if you would have took your money, right? If you took profits, that big candle meant nothing to you, right? But if you're holding and you're a hodler, then you got punished, right? Hodlers get punished. You know why? None of these cryptos are worth anything because they have not built a company. They don't have a company. They don't generate. They don't generate income. They don't have a revenue stream. The only thing that makes their money is the coin that sells the project. Okay, so now let me show you how you're supposed to take advantage of this scenario here, right? So green is a buy. Let's move down to our 4 hour. And you can see here that it's still holding strong where even with that giant pullback, we do have a sell signal up here, which protects us from our long. So you see the sell signal? So the sell signal popped. I don't know if you guys can see that there. See that? See that sell signal? So we have a sell signal, and this alert goes to an email to let you know that we need to sell this coin before it has its big dump. But so far right now, it had a big pullback here, right? Has its big pullback come out, but it's still green, right? It hasn't completely gone the other direction. So I don't think this is a rug pull. I just think that it's touching and retesting the 200 moving average right here. Right? This is the 200 moving average right here. It's retesting the 200 moving average, and it looks like it's going to might take a while for it to rebuild up, but it looks like it's holding steady here. So whoever's still in this project is probably going to hold. And eventually the guys who took advantage of all that extra money is probably going to rebuy into this project a little bit at a time here. But so far it looks like it's going to stay around 150, maybe bounce off here, but so far it still has volume in it saying that it's still decent. Now, how do you avoid this? How do you make sure that you don't fall victim to um, a crazy candle, right? So this is where we have a system, and it's all based on 1 hour. I want to show you how this works, right? So this is the 1 hour time frame, right? So you see this green. You guys see the difference between the red and the green right there? What coin is this? So this is called, who is that? Isabel. So this is called a TRB, right? So this is TRB. we're doing a little review on TRB because the coin had a big drop. But this is where you need to pay attention in how you're investing in crypto, right? And crypto is not like stocks or other necessities or things that you invest in. Cryptos are based on narratives. They're not based on um, the real coin of what it can do, what it's going to do in the future. Those type of projects that you invest into where a coin is going to change something in crypto or develop into crypto or bring web3 or all these other narratives, kind of like ICP, right? It means that one day the coin will be one of the only coins that exist or that takes up a huge market share, but that's 5 years down the road. Right now, you guys need to understand that when you're buying crypto, you're buying a narrative. And once that narrative sells, then it's over. Then, you can come back to this project 10, 20 times in the next year and make money. But the reality is that this coin hasn't developed any products that will sustain the fact that it's going to be part of that narrative when other projects are coming, right? There's always new projects happening. So we don't know if TRB is going to stay inside the RWA arena or if another coin is going to take its place or its market share or the developers don't do what they're supposed to do. There's a lot of questions behind what TRB can do. And that's going to take 2, 3 years for the developers to actually build this project. They just took a bunch of money from you guys so they could actually continue to build the project, but it doesn't mean that this is going to hold its position, right? So you have to understand that in crypto, you trade a narrative. Once the narrative makes you money, you move on to another coin that has the same narrative, or you move on to another narrative, right? So this is kind of what it is. So for guys, if you go, well, what's the RWA area, right? So take that, slide over here to Google. If you guys don't know what the top narratives, right? So let's see here about this page. I'm not a robot. All right, let's get some cars up in here. All right, so top crypto narratives. Top crypto narratives, right? So, top 15 crypto narratives are artificial intelligence, gaming, meme coins, Solana ecosystem, BRC20, real world assets, layer one, DeFi, layer two, ecosystems, Ethereum, Avalanche, NFTs. Now, you say to yourself, all right, so what is TRB, right? When you go to TRB, what is it? RWA area. What is RWA? Does everybody here, we got 53 people in here. Do you know what the RWA is? RX, man, what up, baby? Yo, what's going on, man? You recognize me? Do you guys know do you know what this means? The RWA area in crypto? Do you know what that is? Do you know what narrative that is? Anybody know what narrative that is? Very good. Close, Ryan, close. Real world application. That's close, right? So, what is it? Yeah, real world assets, correct. Real world assets. So TRB is part of the class called real world assets. Okay, real world assets, right? You go here, you can see here, here's your crypto, one of the narratives, and we can see it right here. We zoom in, one of the narratives right here is called real world assets. Okay. Real world assets, right? So now you know when you're digging into crypto, what are the top narratives, right? You don't have to worry about whether the project is actually going to be great. Could it be great? All it needs is to have momentum behind it, saying that it's part of a narrative and that it has a team behind it. And all it needs is basic marketing, and it can be anything on there. Layer one, DeFi, layer two, These are great coins to look for, and these will be coins that you get into on the long hold, right? All these narratives will become something down the road until they change out for something better. But you don't hold these narratives because they don't have any money in them. They have to build projects, right? So let's go take a look here. The new cryptos to watch in 2024. What crypto narratives could explode? So let's go take a look at this article real quick, just so you guys have an ideal of what you can dig into, right? So this is why you need the Dior, right? You have to learn how to do research, right? And this video right here is a quick breakdown here. New cryptos to watch in 2024. What crypto narratives could explode? Explore, right? So Bitcoin is up 150, total value lock, blah, 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 blah. DeFi. All right. So let's see the narratives here. According to BlackRock, industry-wide anticipation, the trading funds increasing 30 million. All right. This means the new crypto launch 2024 can benefit from liquidity, attentions, retail, institutional investors. Okay. Layer zero. Launched in September 2021 by Layer Zero Labs. Layer Zero is a cross-chain messaging protocol that allows developers to build application that works across multiple decentralized networks. This fosters improved liquidity and utility for users. Several protocols built on Layer Zero's technology, including Stargate Financial, Radiant Capital, which boasts a combined TVL of 600 million. Layer Zero has raised over 250 million in several funding rounds, right? So this is an ad for Layer Zero, right? Every time you see these stories, guys, there's always like, what can be something, but this is just an advertisement for Layer Zero. But it's good for you to get in there and learn about what's happening here because now you can take a peek in here and see this, right? So despite the leap, DeFi's total value locked is still several levels below its 2021 peak record, north of the 179 billion per DeFi llama. All right. So these are just ways to learn and get information. Hit ones in the chat, guys, if this is helping you out. Um, yeah, brother. Good seeing you again, RX man. Good seeing you, big dog. Don't forget, get in there, man. Hit the likes. Is this helping you guys out? Do you understand how to trade narratives? Right? This is how you trade narratives, right? Total value locked. We need to understand where we're at. We're way below where we need to be. There's a lot of money coming into crypto, but this is also important to understand. The total value locked from 2021, we were way up here, and look where we're at. We're way down here, boys and girls. Look how low we are. So we're way up here, 2021. We're way down here right now, right? We have a long way to go in total value. That's what we have to understand. We're in a bull run, but it does take a year to develop. We're just getting started here. So you're still in the very beginning, right? So if you do research on Layer Zero, go take a look and look at the different things that Layer Zero has, and then find other cryptos that are kind of connected with this, right? So here's ZK Sync error, right? The ZK Sync is an Ethereum-based scaling solution built on zero knowledge technology. The blockchain infrastructure, commonly called rollups, executes transactions of Ethereum's mainnet to ease network congestion and offer cheaper gas fees. But particular layer 2 network was launched in February by Matter Labs, which raised $458 million. Raising or eager to the ZK adoption. Will project not officially announce when its token might be listed? A price page on CoinMarketCap added speculation of upcoming launch, right? So here, 250 million raised on earned for ZK Sync adoption, while the project, all right, so particular layer 2 was launched in February by Matter Labs. So you can do research here, pull up Matter Labs, see what project they got coming out. They haven't officially announced the token might be listed, a price page on CoinMarketCap. Zeke's overall 500 million total value funding options. The L2 network is one of the major new cryptocurrencies that could debut in 2024. The protocol also commands a 3.3 market share among L2s behind Coinbase, Optimism, and Aprium. So this is kind of interesting here. So you see how quickly you guys can do so. Invested in Sol up 800%. What are your thoughts on Sol? Do you think it will continue to bull? So Isabel, I like Solana, and the reason why Solana is going to continue to have its good debut in bull is because Ethereum is going to struggle with gas fees, right? And it's actually kind of funny because we're reading the ZK Syncs breakdown of the gas fees and everything, and you can kind of see there that we're getting to the point where uh, coming across what what it offers as far as overall. Right. So this is to me, I like I like Solana continuing to go up. I mean, you have a target of $1,000 on Solana. So if it can get to 300, you did very well. If it gets to 500, you're absolutely ecstatic. But you know, at the end of the day, it could reach $1,000. So it's definitely a good coin at this time. It has weathered many years. It has proven that it can do uh, not only NFTs but transactions, and now it's taking over the meme coins. So at the end of the day, it's taking over more market cap daily, and the more it takes over market cap, the more it's going to be valuable, right? So this is the next level here, funding positions for L2 networks, one of the major new cryptocurrencies that could debut in 2024. So this just lets you know here, like digging into this, right? So here's Stark Network, another new digital currency to watch, Stark Coin. So you got all these information that you can look at. But let me show you guys how you can save yourself from being wrecked when you have a coin, right? So you're trading a narrative, guys, right? You're just trading a narrative. All narratives go up and all narratives go down, boys and girls. But I want to show you here like how we use our indicators in this system. It's very easy to follow. And all it is moons and check bases, right? So when you see projects that have a green trend here, you know, we're in our green trend. That's a buy zone. And then these circles here are what they're called volume indicators, right? So this moon here lets us know that we're positive volume. The red moon lets us know that we have to be aware that we're slowing down in volume. The green moon lets us know that we're picking volume back up. So here, when you see this 1 hour red moon, this is where you would take your profits and you would sit there and you would slowly protect yourself with stop losses, profits, etc. When you get your green moon again, it's like a stoplight. You guys ever drive and it's like red light, green light, right? Here's red light, here's green light. When the green light says go, then you're investing back into your asset or whatever you're doing. And then when you get the red moon, right? You see this red moon? Notice here that the red moon, right, came in and lets you know right here that you need to take profits or protect yourself. And look what happened after that. Look at that, right? We had this huge downslide. Now, the thing is, you guys see that? See that huge downslide? So that's why the indicators that we have, these are called making trading easy indicators, right? So if you have any questions about indicators or how to use them, send me a Gmail at vccryptonation@gmail, and I will get back to you. I answer all VC Crypto Nation. So the name of the channel is VC Crypto Nation, and that's also the Gmail. So you can send a Gmail to VC Crypto Nation, all one word, VC Crypto Nation at Gmail. Now I separated just so that you can see it is, but it's all one word here, vccryptonation@gmail. So if you have any questions of what indicators, how to use them, etc., just reach out to me and I'll get back to you and go over it. So what these indicators are like red light, green light, right? Red light means save yourself, protect your money. Green light means you're all right. So now that you can see here, so far, even though we have a red light on TRB, we have not got a green light yet. You see this? So currently, before we can reinvest here, we need a green light here. See that? See how there's no green light? You guys see that? Here, let me open this up. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys here. So here's the indicators, right? So here's the indicator here. Let me bring this down. All right, so you see this? See the red light? So we got a red light right here, means sell TRB. You see that? We don't have a green light. You see that? No green light. So we're not buying TRB because we don't have a green light. So right now, and unfortunately, right now, TRB can continue to go down, which more than likely it will. Okay, so this is what this is. So guys, A or Nuke, ask a Cuadro. Guys, if you have any questions about the indicators, please send us a Gmail, vccryptonation@gmail. We set up indicators. We teach you guys how to use alerts. Education is key to make money in crypto. But right now, guys, I wouldn't buy back into TRB just because it's still in a downward motion, right? But these are how you use indicators to protect yourself, to make sure that you're in a good position and that you're not overexerting yourself right there, guys. So that's how you can look at narratives. And that's also how you can dig into these narratives and kind of see what this is. So let's take a look at this overall TRB. So what it has here is that, let's see, 10 to 7, $600 benefits mentioned in the week has fallen. Let's see here. It starts closing at 179. The deadline to continue to 123. Now notice here, if it starts closing below 179, the decline could continue down to 123 or 105. The long tally in today's candle indicates buyers are stepping in at lower levels. TRB coin with market value of 491 million is the 108th largest cryptocurrency, surpassing $600 with a tiered raise was not impossible. Okay, so that's where you can get a little more information there. You guys can start learning how to trade a narrative, right? So TRB coin with the market value of 491 million is the 108th largest cryptocurrency, and surpassing $600 with a tiered raise was not impossible, right? It does if it does interestingly work in the RWA field, it may see these levels again in the long term, but the trading volume of up to 2.5 billion in the last 24 hours shows that it has turned into a hand grenade for now. Investors should be cautious as rapid declines can triggered by investors who are able to buy and at very low levels. Why did TRC fall, right? On-chain analysis company Look On-Chain announced via Twitter that the Teller team deposited 4.2 4,200 TRB coins worth 2.4 million to Coinbase. All right, guys, you guys see this? Are you guys reading this? Right? This is how you get ahead, right? If you're paying attention, if you guys are investing in something, you need to have information. This right here teaches you what you need to pay attention to and what could go wrong, right? So right here, on-chain analysis company Look On Chain announced via Twitter that the Teller team deposited 4,200 TRB coins worth 2.4 million to Coinbase. TRB coins was about to reach its peak of over $600 at the time. The price fell by 75% in a very short time as the news spread in waves. The outcome of just 2.4 million worth of tokens being deposited on Coinbase exchange was interesting. The only explanation for the fall of the altcoin, which sees over 2 billion in volume daily due to the news of the 2.4 million transfer, could be abnormal interest of a large rookie investor crowd that is skittish, chasing speculative gains and trying to push the price up with a survival of the fittest mentality. Yes, the price was raising nonsensically and also fell nonsensibly, right? So that's what you call FUD, right? You guys see that? That's what you call FUD right there, guys. So don't forget to share the live, guys. Let's share the live. We're going to dig into crypto a little bit deeper here so that you guys can start picking up how to understand what FUD is or how things work and what was going on there. But when you're dealing in crypto, you got to realize you're dealing with a lot of guys like yourselves. Most people here are skittish, first time investors, new to investing, not angel investors, not venture capitalists, not people that understand that if you invest something, it takes 5 years to get your money back, but a rookie investor crowd, and they were chasing speculative gains, right? What is speculative gains? That just means that they're chasing the narrative of what cryptos should be something and what they were, etc. And then they're buying into narratives, right? And as soon as that narrative changes, they sell off and they get paper hands, and then everybody dumps on each other, and that creates the free fall, and that's what it is. So basically, 2.4 million was transferred during a 2 billion in volume daily, and the crowd got whiff of that information and they sold all their coins immediately because they thought the project was going to sell their $2.4 million of coins. They thought they were going to sell their money, so they dumped on the project before the project could sell their 2.4. They ended up crashing the entire project. Now, what that does is that the project, even if the project was going to take 2.4 million and use that to make the project better, it now doesn't have that opportunity because that 2.4 million is now only worth 1.1 million, or 700,000. So it's not enough money to continue the project to grow healthy. Instead, it hindered the project. Now, does this mean TRB is going to struggle? Yes, this means it's going to struggle for a little bit because they didn't get the money they wanted for marketing and other things they want to do, but they can still salvage a little bit of the market by staying in there, letting it bounce back, letting it build up, sell a little bit of those coins at a time to siphon out profits, and then continue to grow. So, either way, the project has time to go. Now, I don't know, I haven't really dug in too far in TRB and their creators, their projects, or what they're doing, but if you're investing in it, I mean, you have a good opportunity here, right? So, this huge dump gives you an opportunity to say, yeah, I'm going to invest in TRB when it's done dumping, because if it could get to 600 one time, it'll get there again, right? So now you have an idea that what you can do. So overall, that's kind of what happened there. Let's see here. By concentration, low activity addresses, high activity addresses, right? So number of whales, right? There are 14 whales in TRB. Whales concentration, 76.42%, right? So 1.96 million TRB. So 14 whales are inside of TRB. They own 76%. The other percentages are 30% of the people um, dumped, right? So what investors should really fear is not much the $2.4 million transfer, but the 14 whale wallets that control 76% of the token supply, right? High whale interest can lead to painful outcomes in terms of pump and dump scenarios. And what happened to TRB coin recently was somewhat like that. It would not be surprising to see a similar movement in the next few months. Right? That's what I'm talking about is TRB can come back with a similar movement, get themselves back up to where they just were, and then you're going to see the whales dump. So it's kind of like the dump was happening. The whales didn't get a chance to dump on the people, but the people panicked and dumped. But the whales, the next time this makes a move, the whales will dump because that's kind of where they are. Now, also, these whales could be looking at TRB like it could have a real possibility of being a really good project, getting to 1,200, maybe even $1,600. So they might be holding 50% of their position for long-term investment while selling 50% of their position early to take back their initial investment and also their gains that they can put into other projects. Remember, I was telling you in the beginning of the live, you want to learn how to trade like a whale, right? You got to learn how to trade like a whale, right? So, yo, Jimmy, let's see if Jimmy can get live. Let's see. Let's get Jimmy live. Jimmy, you going live, baby? Where's all my Discord people, man? Happy New Year, guys. We're starting off. Um, so that's the case that you really need to dig in there. The fact that there's 14 whales that own 76%. Now, before you start investing in the project, you probably should have known there was 14 whales with 76%, right? So at the end of the day, can these projects continue to go back to where it was? Yeah, all the retail investors dumped. The whales didn't dump. So this could easily go back to $600. Easily go back to $600, man. But then the whales, you have to worry about the whales dumping half of that. So they'll bring it back down. So right now I would say I would watch the number of whales percentages on what they own, right? And then this is kind of like the downside of it. Take a look at that, and as the whales lose their position in there, then you can kind of think of something even better. Let's see here. 80. I like Tia. Tia. Let's see here. But that's kind of the breakdown of TRB, guys. Super simple, super special. Don't forget to do your triple D, your Dior's. Do your own research on there, guys. And let me restream here. We'll come back in. Let me take a look at Twitter real quick. Hop on the Twitter game. Twitter. Hello, Twitter. Hello, Twitter. ARB. Let's take a look at some of these projects that are going on out there. CLS. And if you guys don't know how to, what's going on here? Bare naked crypto. Time doesn't exist. You control your outcome. Be the person you are in the future. Is he live right here? Let's see what this is here.
Still gonna exist in 2024 unless you fucking do something about it. So take this message, fucking degenerates.
There's a bunch of different things popping off there, so we'll have to take a look at what we have there. Trias. I have to go look at Trias, but those are your narratives, guys. So take advantage of the narratives in the new year and explore the new things that are coming up. The zero cryptos and stuff like that. Layer zero, the layer twos that are coming out, the other coins that are popping off. Seeing where they fit in the narrative. Just remember, guys, you cannot hold the coin forever. It will go down. Take your profits. Yeah, the chart on the 1 hour is crazy. Look at these big drops here. But like I said, we don't have a buyback on TRB, guys. So I wouldn't be buying TRB right now, but I would probably be aiming for, the lower 100s, somewhere around 119. Like this seems about, if I was looking to buy in, I'd probably buy somewhere around here. All right, so these are the pullbacks that you have here. So I'd be looking to get into TRB somewhere down there. Tia. Addy, what up, Addy? How you feeling, Addy? Let's take a look at Tia. All right, what is that? Mexi futures. There we go. Tia. All right, so Tia is very simple, guys. So I don't know if you guys can follow this, but this is kind of how it is, right? So you see, this is a 1 hour chart, right? Can you see the red and green? Do you guys see the red and green? You guys, welcome into the chat. Don't forget to share the live. We're looking at a coin here called TIA, right? TIA. And can you guys see the red and the green? You see this line here? It's a red line. It's a green line. You guys see that? See that line there? Red and green. Right. So right now we're in the green section. Right. You see this green here? We got the first green and the second green, which is a buy in this zone here. Right. So is that hard? Do you guys think that you see this? You see this volume here? Let me open this up here. So this is called the buy signal. Right. You see this little moon there? See how it's green? See that green moon right there? You think, is it hard to buy when the green moon happens? You guys see that? And then you're going to sell it when the red moon happens. Is that too difficult? Is that too hard? Can you guys see those moons? Do you guys see that? That's called the buy signal, right? You get a signal, it says buy, it's green, and then you wait until it goes red, right? And so far it's not red. So currently right now you're still holding. So guys, if you're inside of the TIA, right? So far you're in a good position. We don't see any red moons here, right? We don't see any red moons here. So far, pretty good, pretty set up, pretty nice. You know, depending on your uh, position. So the guys that are in TIA, are you guys using leverage? Welcome in, guys. Don't forget to share the live. We're digging into the charts today and kind of like getting in there. So I'm going to end the live stream on TRB, guys.